Hello, my dongaris. So I'm gonna be finally watching their comeback after like it being like almost more like 2 years. But yeah, I had been seeing the concert photos here and there, and I had been like posting about it on my it's called post section on YouTube, but I hadn't been keeping up completely with like all the like title tracks and stuff like that, or not title tracks, but the tracks of the album itself, because I like to keep that a surprise for when I do album listenings. But sadly, I was like, going out of town the 31st when this album actually came out and the song came out. But that's why I'm reacting to it now. But I'm so excited to hear what the sound's gonna sound like after them doing like a movie. And I have brought out my good old dongari pillow because I had my whole like Halloween weekend. I was like, okay, it's a ghost, perfect for the thing. So I just had it out as well right now while we're watching this, because obviously Dongari is the fandom name for DKZ. But without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and watch. And there's no English subs. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, come on, Mingyu. Hey, 그게 있어. I was very surprised with Sehyeon's like hair, like. Hey. Ooh. Hey. Hey. Ooh, the high notes. Ooh, okay, 도영. Hey, hey. Ooh. I like the little retro sound that they're going for, because I love that vibe. That's a lot of one of the main reasons why I really like DK's like and Donkiz's like older music. The suits. Hey. Come on, Jonghyun, you're killing it. Hey. Oh. Hey. It's obviously very different from like a movie, y'all, but like. Hey. Ooh. Okay, come on, Jetchan, and your acting skills. Yeah, like I said, it's very, very different from like a movie, and obviously very different from Cupid, because Cupid was like the first song once they like, what's it called? They what's it called? Rebranded. When they rebranded, like they went completely cutesy with that vibe, and I was like, oh, like, because if y'all don't know Cupid, for me, like it took me a second to like really like it, like a couple, like maybe like 2 or 3 listens, and then I was like all about it, and I was like singing it and dancing it around my house whenever it came out. And then for like a movie, I was just like, okay, like I could see where they were going for more vocal wise, and very much more like, because the song itself was very not like, it was more chiller in terms of like, because it was more like a ballady kind of like cutesy vibe. And then now for this, because like I feel sometimes groups come up with albums depending on like, sometimes they do, not all the time, like most of the time they like try to like fit in with each like season of what month that they're doing it in. So for them, since it was like October, it makes sense they were kind of going a little bit more like a cooler, kind of stronger, I say stronger, quote unquote, because like this is like definitely a lot more like chill kind of retro vibes, but I think it's more like chic, if anything. Yeah, more of like a chic concept for like the month of the like of October, because we're kind of getting into the winter months, and sometimes, like I said, they try to do like the more cooler, kind of chicer, kind of like stronger concepts in the winter. Kind of, it's not all the time, just like sometimes it just depends with like, because sometimes some other groups don't do that. They like to do the opposite, where they do like cutesy to the word, like with different depending on what month it is. But I think I really like this one a lot more than like a movie, and like this is a good thing, because I was like, if they did something that I was like, oh, this is what we waited like almost 2 years for, then I would have been like, I would have felt like bad about it, because we have been waiting for like almost 2 years for them to do like a group comeback, because I know everyone's kind of been doing their own thing, like solo things. Like Jetchan just did his comeback, like his solo comeback, like a couple months ago. The rest of the members have been doing like musical stuff. I know Mingyu has been doing musical stuff, but he's also been doing that like that other like alter ego persona kind of virtual idol kind of thing with the I forgot what the name of the Dave is. It like, I think his name was like David Bong or something like that. The is it a otter or beaver? Like he was doing something with that. So like everyone was kind of doing their own thing, and like I think only like Gisok and Sehyun were kind of just like chilling, I guess, just practicing in the meantime. But like I am glad that they have finally come back, because it was kind of quiet for a while, and I was kind of getting worried a little bit that we weren't gonna get a comeback for the group, because things were like had taken like a downfall, like after Kyung-hoon had to leave, right? And then everything was kind of like, oh, like ambiguous in between, like in that area. But I'm very glad that they got to come back, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the album is gonna sound like. I think it's a full album or a mini album, but like I wasn't keeping up too much with like what tracks and stuff like that. I was just keeping up more so with concepts, and I knew, I was like, oh my god, I really like the suit concept, and I think they really killed it with like this jazzy, like retro kind of vibe, because it's very befitting of them and very much like on brand for them, because like they kind of, for the most part, they have like that more like older like gen sound, which is why I really like them a lot, because I do like that retro kind of, like for here it's more like that saxophone kind of, like not necessarily like the bang bang bang, like how, because how they do for You by DKZ, I Can, Donka's I Can, or Jichan did that revamp of it on his his second solo album. Like that's like my favorite, like like kind of like 90s kind of 2000s kind of like vibe, with that like twang that it gives. Like it reminds me very much of this, but more of a chicer kind of way. So I'm very happy with how this turned out, and like getting to see everyone's visuals again, because like everyone has kind of grown up more so, because obviously we've seen Jetchan and Jonghyun like a lot, right? Because those are like our two main people from that have withstanded the through all the different phases, from since Don't Kiss to now DKZ, now how with the final members that they have, right? So like we've seen them grow for sure, but like for the rest of the members, this is only their third time like having a comeback. So it was nice to get to see like the more like how much they've grown, and like how much like different they have, like they seem from the last time we've seen them have a comeback. Which I'm just like, wow, I was really surprised. Like I told you, it was like Sehyun, I was not expecting him to have like longer blonde hair, because like he was definitely like, I actually have like a poster of them from like a movie like on my wall still, because I did not want to take it down. I was like, I'm not taking it down. Like when I was really getting into them, like I really got into them. Like I was getting, like I literally have all of their, not all of the albums, but like all of the albums, like from probably until not the new older ones, but I have maybe up until for Donkey's what's it called? Not the not the Crazy Night, but like the before that. So I have like from then on, and then till like up until maybe until like a movie, right? I don't have the Jetchan's second solo album. I have seen it here and there, but I haven't bought it. But you know what I mean? Like I've seen them, how much they've grown, like from the beginning of that era when I was trying to get into them. Because with the like I haven't mentioned it before, or I have mentioned it with my other couple other videos that I have done with like, covers like here and there that they have done, like some of the members have done, that I actually got into them because of Semantic Error, because I was like, oh my god, like who's Jet Chen? I feel like I have seen him before, and I had seen him in like another drama before, and then I was like, oh, he's in a K-pop group. I really want to support his K-pop group because like I really liked his acting, and I'm just like, oh, like I'm that kind of person that once I like fall for like like an actor or something like that, or like a solo member, I kind of want to be like, oh, like I kind of want to get invested to the rest of their group and support them in that way if they're not always going to be acting. So I was just like, okay, like, and that's how I got into them, and then I kind of like did backtracking all the way into like the beginning of their older music, and that's how I felt for like that vibe that they were giving, and like it's just very like more so like Gen, like maybe Gen 2, Gen 3 sounding sometimes, because like hung like sounded very like everyone was saying like, oh, it's very much like Gen 3, like Gen 4, like more so Gen 3 sounding. So like, oh, like I really like that song. And then just seeing how much they progressed from now is just very interesting. But I'm really happy with how this came out. I'm actually gonna be watching some of the stages as well, because like I really want to get back into them if they're gonna keep coming up with new music and stuff like that, because we've been waiting for so long, y'all. And like I was just, like I said, thinking, like I was like, oh, hopefully they don't like disband or anything, because would be really sad, because I really, they were doing so great, and then like things kind of never worked in their favor afterwards, because like how it is in the industry when like scandals break out. But yeah, like I'm glad that they were able to like kind of regroup and take that time to like process things, work on themselves solo, and then like finally like come back, right? But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you in the next one.